In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the $1,200 stimulus payment and how it relates to Social Security recipients, SSI recipients, and answering many of the frequently asked questions. This is a really important video. Be sure to join me. Thanks. Hey everyone, it's Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. So let's get right into it. Today I'm going to be talking about the $1,200 stimulus payment and how it pertains directly to Social Security recipients, SSI recipients, and I have a list of very important frequently asked questions that we can answer for you. So let's get right into it. But before we do, I just want to say this is not financial, investment, or accounting advice at all. So I would highly recommend you talk to your tax professional about anything we discuss here in your particular situation, because everyone's situation is different. So all of this information we're talking about today is cited from a couple different websites: socialsecurity.gov/coronavirus or irs.gov/coronavirus. So I have some questions here, and I have my wife Corey with me. She's going to be reading. If you're new here, I'm actually blind, so Corey's going to be doing the reading for me, and then I'll be jumping in with some extra information. So let's get right over to Corey. She's going to read a common or a frequently asked question, and then this is right off the website, word for word off the website.
I am not typically required to file a tax return. Can I still receive my payment? Yes, the IRS will use the information on the Form SSA 1099 or Form RRB 1099 to generate economic payment impact payments to recipients of benefits reflected in the Form SSA 1099 or Form RRB 1099 who are not required to file a tax return and did not file a tax return for 2018 or 2019. This includes senior citizens, Social Security recipients, and railroad retirees who are not otherwise required to file a tax return. Since the IRS would not have information regarding any dependents for these people, each person would receive $1,200 per person without the additional amount for any dependents at this time.
Exactly. So like Corey said, in that article that's right off of the website, if you receive Social Security, either retirement benefits, railroad retiree benefits, disability benefits, if you're a Social Security recipient of any kind, you do not need to file a tax return because they already have all of your information. What they're going to do is they're going to send you the payment in the method in which you already receive your benefit. So if that is a direct deposit into your bank account, that's exactly how you're going to receive the benefit or the stimulus payment. So just know that you don't need to do anything. Now, the one difference is they said that if you have a dependent, like a child, who is also potentially eligible for the $500 additional money, if you haven't filed tax returns in a few years, they may not know about that dependent child. So they may reach out to some people in some instances asking if there's a dependent child, and you may need to file or fill out additional paperwork at that time. But just know that if you're a Social Security recipient, you don't need to do anything. They have your information. So another thing too, I just want to throw this out there. I created a video, uploaded a video on this channel back on Saturday, so just a couple days ago, and on Thursday, talking about these topics. I would highly recommend checking those videos out as well. They have a lot of answers. So let's get into another common question.
Do I get the stimulus check in addition to my SSI or SSDI?
Exactly. This is a common question. People are wondering, do I also get the stimulus in addition to my SSI or SSDI or Social Security payment? The answer is yes. The stimulus payment is in addition to these payments. It's a stimulus payment. Let's go back to the very basics of what this package is and what they want to accomplish with it. Basically, everything's shut down right now. The government is stepping up and sending out money to everybody so that we can live our lives, because for a lot of people, income has dried up. So they're sending out this money to help stimulate the economy and help people kind of bridge the gap through this time. So yes, you will be getting the stimulus payment in addition to your regular monthly stipend. Yes.
Is the stimulus check considered income for SSI recipients?
Exactly. Another great question. And they actually came out, I believe it was on the 1st of April. We can go back in the website and look, but I believe it was on April 1st they announced it will not be considered income for SSI recipients. People who receive SSI they have very strict limitations on what you can earn when you are on SSI. But they've said in their statement they will not consider the stimulus payment of $1,200, and if you have dependents or whatever it is, whatever you receive for the stimulus payment, it will not be considered income for SSI recipients. Also, they said that they're giving a 12-month waiver or exception. So if you receive SSI, you can only have, I believe it's $2,000 or maybe $3,000 in a bank account or cash assets. They're allowing you to have an additional $1,200 for 12 months once they send this money out. So in other words, you can have that in your possession for 12 months. After that, they may penalize you with your payment if you have more than what they allow in your assets. So hope that helps. Another question.
How will the IRS know where to send my payment? The vast majority of people do not need to take any action. The IRS will calculate and automatically send the economic impact payment to those eligible. For people who have already filed their 2019 tax returns, the IRS will use this information to calculate the payment amount. For those who have not yet filed for their return for 2019, the IRS will use information from their 2018 tax filing to calculate the payment. The economic impact payment will be deposited directly into the same banking account reflected on the return filed. I also want to read who is eligible for the economic impact payment, and it says right here on the irs.gov website that Social Security recipients and railroad retirees who are otherwise not required to file a tax return are also eligible and will not be required to file a return.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great information right there. I also want to throw this out there. Let's take it back to the basics again. The whole purpose of this package is to get money into the hands of as many people as quickly as possible. They've said that. They've made it very clear. They want to push this money out as fast as possible to get it to the people. So if you're watching this video, you probably already know if you do or do not qualify. There's only a few people, there's a very small percentage of the population who does not qualify for this. So if you're watching this video, I would say that you probably will receive this payment. Now, if you're watching this video, or if you're someone who does not qualify for the payment, I should say, if you do not qualify, you're probably not watching this video. So those people who do not qualify, they already know who they are because they earn too much. Those people know who they are. So if you're watching this, don't worry about it. You're probably going to get it. But again, talk to your professional. They'll be able to tell you exactly if you can receive it. But a huge percentage of the population will get this. So don't worry. If you're watching this, you're probably going to get it.
The IRS does not have my direct deposit information. What can I do? In the coming weeks, Treasury plans to develop a web-based portal for individuals to provide their banking information to the IRS online so that individuals can receive payments immediately as opposed to checks in the mail.
Exactly. So this is a new development that just came out in the last couple days. They said that apparently the Treasury you said?
Yes,
the Treasury Department is apparently going to create some online portal where if you do not have your banking information in their possession, you can just go in this portal. I'm assuming you'll have to enter in maybe like a Social Security number because that makes it unique to every person, and then enter in your banking information so they can send you a digital payment right into your bank account. So don't worry, everything is still coming out. I just want to also say all of this information is current as of noon on Monday, April 6th. So I intentionally waited as long as possible to create this video to see if any new information would come out. And I didn't see anything. This is the latest information that we're sharing with you right now. So all this information is hot off the press. We had literally just got off this website just minutes ago. So
and this information is from the irs.gov website. When I'm reading it, it's directly off of the www.irs.gov website.
Exactly. So I hope these questions are helping. We have a couple more, I think.
One more question. I receive SSI but have not filed a tax return in multiple years. Do I need to file a tax return?
You receive SSI?
Yes, and I've not filed a tax return in multiple years. Do I need to file a tax return?
Exactly. So this question is definitely one that has been asked a ton of times on my previous videos that I created on Saturday and Thursday. Again, go check those videos out. They'll have a lot of answers there. They have not made it clear. I've been watching for updates. They have not made it clear for all the people who receive SSI and who do not file a tax return. 1 minute they say we need to have you guys file. Another minute later they say you don't need to file. It has not come out and they have not made it completely clear. But let's look at what SSI is, and maybe we can speculate what they'll have us do, right? So for anybody who receives SSI, let's go back and think, what is SSI? Well, it's supplemental security income. It is not Social Security, but it is managed through Social Security. So guess what? They have all of your personal information. They have your banking information. Considering what we talked about earlier, Social Security recipients will get their direct deposit into their bank accounts with no further action. So can we maybe speculate that they're going to make an announcement saying something like, hey, if you receive SSI, we're just going to do the same thing to you as we're doing with Social Security people? I would anticipate that's probably going to come out at some point. But again, if you're someone who receives SSI and you have not filed a tax return in, let's say, 5, 10, 8, I don't know, years, don't be surprised if they reach out to you for further information, because in that amount of time, you may have a dependent child who would also be eligible for the additional $500 child credit or the child payment. So just be aware that they may reach out and ask you to fill out a very simple tax return, just basically saying, like, tell us your income. Your income's 0. Okay, great. Do you have any dependents? Yes, I have 1. Then you would be eligible for additional money. Like Corey read earlier in one of the articles there, it said anybody receiving Social Security, they're going to send out the $1,200 per person payment, but then they do not know if anybody has dependents, so they wouldn't be sending out that $500 additional yet. But just remember that they may reach out for additional information, maybe ask you to fill out a simple form. It's not clear yet. They have not clarified what they want us to do yet. So stay tuned. If I get any additional information, I will produce a video and let you know. But I would anticipate they're probably just going to roll it out like they did with everybody else for Social Security and just give it into your bank account, direct deposit like they do with everybody else. But they've not announced that yet, but I anticipate that's probably what's going to happen because they have all your information anyway. They know who you are, they have your social, they have your banking information. All they have to do is press a button. So, do we have any other questions?
That is all.
Anyway, I really hope this helps. Please leave any comments or questions down below. But I would also recommend go check out those other 2 videos, the last 2 videos on this channel that I created on Saturday and Thursday. They answer a lot of questions about Social Security and SSI recipients for this stimulus payment. Again, I don't think this question was hit on, but everyone's worried like, oh my gosh, do I get the payment and when can I get it? Don't worry, you have all the way through the end of 2020 to get this payment. So if you don't get it in April, don't worry. You have like 9 months to get this before you can't get it anymore. So it's not like quick get your money before someone else gets it before you. Don't worry, there's plenty of money to go around. They're going to send it out to everybody who's eligible. So don't worry about it. You have plenty of time. Payments are going to start rolling out, they said, this week. So potentially you could see it in your bank account sometime this week. We don't know. I guess you just have to wait and watch your bank account for it. So anyway, leave any questions down below. I hope this helps in some degree. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.